What's up? It's your boy Bruce 3. We're doing our January promos. Listen, January, I'm a little slow. December was a hell month. I was helping a client basically go through grief counseling. These are the books I usually use for that. If you ever need to get on some grief counseling, try this on grief and finding, as well as getting our bodies back, somatic therapy. And the best way I can explain it to you is the drug use of one of my neighbors got to the point where I think she had a psychosis attack. Because apparently, check this out. And like I said, some parts of life you gotta laugh at, but you also gotta take serious. So your boy Bruce 3, I gotta go talk to the feds. Like I literally have to talk to the FBI, because I'm being accused of, check this out, I can move stuff with my mind. I am the Wolverine. I am Pai Mei. I am also the head of a shadow network of super spies that run the whole US government. Listen, and I'm gonna say this in the best way possible. Like I have to at this point get the law involved for my own safety, because my home needs to be safe, and also my home is a place I use to therapize. Like I don't have set offices. From time to time, I will use workspace and work offices that friends will lend me or that I'll rent out if need be for longer sessions. But since I only take on cases on a personal basis, the home setting sometimes feels more, it works better. But apparently, listen, if you're gonna do drugs, just be safe with your drugs. That's all I'm trying to say. Nowadays, just because you get a white powder doesn't mean you're getting some yayo. I'm a substance abuse counselor. When you start abusing your substances, that's where my expertise comes in. I have no problems with people using recreational drugs. To an extent, I think part of the human experience comes from the use of certain what we would consider recreational substances. But it's gotten to the point where, like I said, I am being accused of being the immortal Pai Mei. I am the devil, like the literal devil. I also played Super Nintendo with God. I can move stuff with my mind. I got shadow clones. I can puppet people. All I'm saying is, if you're gonna do drugs, don't be watching Naruto at the same time, okay? Oh, also, I can talk to birds. It got to the point where basically my government name was being yelled up and down the street. My conversations were being recorded. So there was gang stalking involved as well as stalking. So at this point, since a lot of my family are federal officers, I've already reached out to them, and we're in the process of bringing up charges. If you're gonna do drugs safely, okay? Nowadays, there are many places where you can take your drugs. They'll take a small sample and let you know what you're actually getting. Try to use those places if possible. I have nothing against drug use. I have a lot against drug abuse. And when drug abuse becomes psychosis and you start threatening other people's safety and well-being, as well as their livelihood, then the law needs to get involved. So your boy Bruce 3, I gotta go talk to the feds. Cause apparently, check this. Like if I told you guys the whole story, and this is the messed up part. This is the messed up part. The neighbor who was involved in this, they don't even know I do YouTube. So this has nothing to do with YouTube. This has to do literally with psychosis of drug use, a psychotic break. Some chemicals that you get can stay in your system far longer than you think. Different chemicals interact with different people differently, especially if you already have mental problems. So it got to the point where like I had to be hospitalized. I had to drop one of my clients and pass them on to somebody else. I'm picking them back on, because I don't want to leave them hanging. We're doing grief counseling, so we're going through this. If I tell you I'm there for you, I'm there for you. I'm your boy Bruce 3. But at this point, it's become an unsafe space. So the federal law needs to get involved in order to bring up charges, in order to put an end to certain actions of one of my neighbors. So give me some space and time. For January, we're going to be doing Still Wakes the Deep. You got to give me a little bit of time. I'm finishing the thumbs. And we're also starting. I told you, if I last long enough on YouTube, we're doing everyone. We're doing Judgment. Yakuza. Judgment. I know I was supposed to do Yakuza, no Judgment first, but I got it wrong. So we're doing Judgment. Listen, at some parts of your life, you gotta laugh at. But at the same time, you gotta take serious. Like, I laugh at the whole situation and I understand it. Because, as a substance abuse counselor, I've been there, I've worked at places where like somebody has shown up and they're like, I'm seeing dragons. Oh my God. And there's 3 people stalking, and the Hat Man. There's always a Hat Man involved. I don't know why. But stay safe out there. Stay safe. If you are going to partake in recreational drug use, take the time. It's just do that one safety step. Take your stuff somewhere. A lot of these places, trust me, they're not gonna call the cops. They're not gonna say anything. They're just gonna take a small sample, check that what you're getting is what you're getting, and then you go home, or you go to wherever, and you do your drugs. That's what those places are for. So use them when need be. Because psychosis of drug use is not a fun thing to either experience or to watch. It got to a point where my legal government name was being yelled up and down the street by this neighbor. My full legal government name with my social security. And the messed up part is, like I said, the part that makes me laugh about the whole situation, and the part that like I said, like I'm glad I'm a substance abuse counselor, so I can understand. It's that they didn't even know I do YouTube. So this has nothing to do with YouTube. This is just a neighbor whose drug use got to an excessive point that led her to a psychotic state. So keep that in mind. Just because you get a white powder doesn't mean it's what you think it is. And also, I will tell you this personally, as a substance abuse counselor, not everyone has the same interaction with every drug. Just because, let's say, for example, just because you get some MDMA, and for one person, it might be an experience of bliss. For another person, especially if they have mental issues, it could be a completely psychotic dream. So, the experiences you're having with your drugs are your own. Be both responsible and safe. Because, like I said, I got nothing against drug use. To an extent, I believe drug use has a point and a purpose in the human experience. If not, it wouldn't exist. But like I said, my expertise starts at substance abuse. When you start abusing your drugs, and your abuse of drugs leads to the harm and safety and well-being of others, including their jobs, the law needs to get involved. So your boy Bruce 3, I gotta go talk to the feds. I don't even like. And the messed up part is, like, a lot of my family are federal officers, so I already talked to them about this, and they're both laughing at the situation, but taking it very, very, very seriously. To the point where charges might need to be brought up. If this person needs to do time due to the level of psychosis that was involved, that's what needs to happen. That's life. But my advice, like I said, be safe with your drugs. Nowadays, just because you get a white powder doesn't mean that you're getting what you think you're getting. You can crush up stuff, you can mix stuff, you can get hallucinogens. The interaction you have with your drugs can be very different than the interaction another person has with the same drugs. And it can come from the same baggie. I've seen it happen. Like I said, I'm a drug abuse counselor. So I've worked in places where, like, I've seen a person come in and they're like, I'm completely fine, but my friend over here, he's seeing dragons. Same baggie. So stay safe out there. And remember, above all else, spread cheeks, spread democracy. Because that's what we do in this channel, right? This is gaming for mental health. And this one got a little serious. So give your boy Bruce 3 some time. But hopefully by mid-January, everything should be set up. February should be ready. March should be ready. And have compassion, especially for people in drug use. Okay? That's the only thing I will ask you to do. Because as a substance abuse counselor, if I wasn't a substance abuse counselor, I don't think I would view this with the same compassionate lens I'm viewing it right now. Like, I understand what could have happened here. Because you're like your boy Bruce 3, if I am part of the CIA shadow government, I am in the wrong field. I should not be doing YouTube. Stay safe. Use safe spaces for drug use. There's a lot of places set up in many cities where, like I said, they'll take a small sample, they'll tell you what you're getting, and at least you'll know. or above all else, and I hate to say this because this sounds like the worst advice ever. Like, because I'm a substance abuse counselor, I shouldn't be saying this, but I get to know your dealers well. Don't be buying from random people. Trust, like if you buy from the same person all the time, all right, get to know them. Make sure that like build a relationship. Build a relationship. I hate to say this, but build a relationship. That way they won't fuck you over. And above all else, just stay safe. Because seeing drug psychosis from the outside is both sad and very, very stressful. Like I said, I had to be hospitalized due to the level of stress these two neighbors brought. Like my conversations were being recorded. My personal private space was being recorded. I don't know why, but apparently it's because I run a shadow government of secret psychic spies. Like, you cannot make this shit up. Sometimes in life, like I said, you have to laugh at the situation, but you also have to take it seriously. And for once, damn, I'm gonna have to get the law involved. So, have some patience with the boy Bruce 3. We should be all set for January. We should be all set for February. And remember to spread cheeks and spread democracy. Peace. And bacon grease. Grease. That's right. I still don't have an echo machine. Leave me alone, you bastards. Oh God. Fucking drug users.